Hi again, Blue Jacket fans. I'm Jeff Rimmer, along with Jarmo Kekalainen, General Manager of the Columbus Blue Jackets, and welcome to Jackets TV, presented by Ohio Health. Well, Jarmo, first and foremost, the Blue Jackets coming off an outstanding month of January, best in franchise history. You have a situation here with your hockey club, a lot of positives, but what are you pleased with most from the hockey team's perspective at this point?
I think the fact that we got back to playing the type of hockey that makes us successful, like last year when we had the long stretch in the springtime. Being hard to play against, working hard, intense, in-your-face type of team, tight defensive team, and we've been getting some outstanding goaltending as well.
Now you look at the month of January, and despite the record, 10-4, the 8-game winning streak, another franchise mark in history, you also average almost 3.5 goals per game. Uncharacteristic of a Blue Jacket team in the past, but one that certainly has the potential on a nightly basis to score 3, 4, 5 goals a night.
Yeah, we added Nathan Horton in the beginning of the month, obviously, into our lineup. He's a big part of our future. But the emergence of our young players, Ryan Johansen in particular, has obviously added into our scoring punch. I still think that we have to be a team that wins tight games, low-scoring games. I think that's the way we're going to be successful if we want to be playing long into the spring. But I think it's entertaining when we can score goals. That's good. It gives us a lot more options how to win the hockey games. But mostly, I think it's great to see the young players developing and getting into bigger roles and being a big part of our team.
You know, you listen to Todd Richards and almost on a nightly basis, he talks in terms of that scoring, and it's scoring by committee, which has been the Blue Jackets' way for quite some time. But it's a situation here now where it's not scoring by committee, but rather scoring by each individual line, with all 4 lines contributing.
Yeah, I really like the balance of our team. I think we have 3 scoring lines, if you want to call them that, but at the same time we see our 4th line chipping in every once in a while too. We're dangerous shorthanded. We've scored some great shorthanded goals in timely situations, but we're big in the middle. We're strong in the middle. We have a lot of different options with Brandon Dubinsky being able to play both wing and the center. Artem Anisimov is 6'4". Ryan Johansen, big center with lots of skill. So I think we have a lot of strengths with our team moving forward.
Let's talk in terms, as you point out, the development of the young players on the hockey club. In fact, we did this previously with John Davidson, club president of hockey operations, a situation where if you look individually at these young players, everybody making contributions. 2 players, the youngest on the team, Ryan Murray and Boone Jenner, not necessarily even expected to be on the hockey club, but they earned their positions based on their performance in training camp and in the preseason. But Ryan Murray finishes the month of January #1 in points by rookie defenseman, and his development and the confidence the coaching staff is showing in him at this stage is remarkable when you think he's still 20 years old.
Yeah, absolutely. I did not know Ryan Murray very well before this season. I wasn't here scouting when he was drafted 2nd overall, but I'd seen him play only in the Men's World Championships when he was an 18-year-old kid, which is kind of hard to do playing against the NHL players at that age. But right from the training camp, right from the rookie tournament in Traverse City and into our training camp, exhibition season, and through all the games in the regular season, he's just been steady, smart, improving, and getting more and more comfortable and being a bigger and bigger part of our team. I think it's really important for our franchise to have a player like that in our system, and the potential, the sky's the limit for this guy because of his hockey sense. So we have high expectations for him. We have to still keep in mind he's young. He's got a lot of work to do to get stronger. Players and the other teams are going to pay a lot more attention to him moving forward. So it's going to be a challenge for him too, but I think he's a big part of our future.
Ryan Murray certainly is one of the youngsters that we speak of, and of course the other, Boone Jenner, a young player who again deservedly made the hockey club based on his performance during the preseason and during training camp, and he too has found his niche on this hockey club. As we go to production here, he is leading all National Hockey League rookies in hits per game, and whether it's hits per game or game-winning goals, he also has 3 game-winning goals. His contribution is certainly there in front of you as well.
Yes, he's earned everything through hard work, and again, the same thing as with Ryan Murray. Right from the training camp, he just showed us the kind of stuff that you could not. He made the team. There was no two ways about it. He earned his way on this team, and he's earned his ice time through his hard work, the hits and the blocked shots, and the hard work that he puts in every night. Earns him ice time, and he's one of those players who's going to keep getting better because of his work ethic, and that's what we want. That's the Blue Jackets hockey we want.
You had a smile on your face a few minutes ago when talking about Ryan Johansen. I tell Ryan, and somewhat jokingly, but somewhere with a point as well, that this young man does not realize how much talent he has and how good a hockey player he can be. And it's been tough love. The coaching staff has certainly kind of put him in his place when he hasn't performed. You think back to what happened last spring after the Blue Jackets failed to make it to the playoffs, and he went down to Springfield and then was sat out those final 2 games at Springfield. It's tough love, but this young man seems to just have so much talent and be a big part of the future of this hockey club.
The biggest challenge with him that I see is that when I see a game like we played against Washington where he scored 2 goals, dominated the game in my opinion, I want to see it every night. I want to see it 82 times a year, and obviously that's a big challenge, and not a lot of players can play on that level every night, but the best players are pretty damn close. So that's what we expect. I think that there's another level that he can reach just because of his strength and conditioning can go up, and you know, he's like you said, he's a player with so much talent, so much natural ability with the size and reach and the skills. But the consistency is the biggest challenge with young players, because now everybody's going to be paying attention to Ryan Johansen, and it's going to get harder and harder.
Cam Atkinson, second in goals scored for the hockey club. Goal scorers score in streaks. Either they'll go dead for a while here and then certainly pick things up. Atkinson certainly seems to be this month, as we approach some critical games for the Blue Jackets, making a contribution, and a healthy one at that.
Excellent goal scorer. He knows where the net is. He's got a great nose for the goal scoring situations, but also a very courageous, smaller player with exceptional speed. So, you know, he's a guy that's taken another step this year too, and that's what we want to see with this young group of players. Everybody getting better, improving game by game, and improving into the springtime here, taking another step during the Olympic break here with our strength and conditioning and being ready right when the puck drops after the Olympic break. But we have to be ready. We have to be ready from the start of the year. We have to be ready after the Olympic break, and from moving forward from now on into the next year, we want to be ready right from the first game. I think that's the one thing that we can improve on with our young group.
A couple of other players, that we should talk about. We talk about young players. What about David Savard and his improvement this year?
He's another guy that put in a lot of effort into his conditioning this summer. Really took a stride forward and a step forward with strength and conditioning, and it paid off. He earned his way on this team, and it's been very steady, very smart, and I think he's a big part of that young group again that's going to be a core of our team moving forward. Defensemen that can move the puck, that are heavy defenders, hard to play against, are hard to find. And David is one of those. He's got a tremendous strength in one-on-one battles, and but he's also very poised and patient with the puck, and sees the ice very well.
We will move along here now and discuss the upcoming Olympics. You'll certainly have a front row seat as assistant general manager of Team Finland. But before we discuss your involvement, how about the 4 Russians that will represent the home country in the Olympics? And specifically, you look in terms of Sergei Bobrovsky, who's got a chance to be the starting netminder, Nikita Nikitin, who has certainly played very well for the hockey club of late. You move on to Fedor Tutin, who's certainly a leader on this hockey club. And of course, as you mentioned previously, Artem Anisimov. That's got to really bode well, not only for Team Russia, but for the Blue Jackets moving forward.
It's going to be a great experience for those guys, and a tremendous challenge as well in front of the home crowd. Their big expectations are high. I think it's a great test for our guys, the character test on how they handle the pressure. But it's going to be exciting for those guys. It's going to be rings are going to be full, best of the best playing against each other, and chance to win an Olympic gold medal. There's no better experience for those guys moving forward, even as part of our group and part of our club here. That's what you need to grow into a Stanley Cup champion.
Another player that should be there, and I guess still has an opportunity if there's an injury. His play has improved dramatically here over the last month plus, and that's Jack Johansen.
Jack's been a big part of our stretch here in January. He's played big minutes against the best opponents of the other teams, best lines, best forwards of the other team. He's hard to play against. Again, part of that identity that we want. But he's also been a big part of our offense too, jumping into the play, taking a big role in our power play. I'm a firm believer, and I might be biased, but if somebody gets hurt, Jack will be in the Olympics.
I certainly agree. In closing, you're going to wear 2 hats at the Olympics in Sochi. Of course, first and foremost, general manager of the Blue Jackets, but at the same time, you have an opportunity as assistant general manager of Team Finland to perhaps get an overview of all the other players that will be performing there with the trading deadline in March, perhaps an idea to take a look at what's over there and what could happen.
Yeah, I'll be watching a lot of hockey there. I'll be watching every game. We live right by the rink. 3-4 games a day, and like I said, I can see the best of the best playing against each other on a high level, high pressure cooked situation, so I'll keep my eyes open and watch them very closely. There's also a lot of free agents that play in the European leagues that could be available for us next year, so I'll be scouting.
And you have a situation where I'm sure a lot of other general managers will be there as well, so I'm sure there'll be some discussions along those lines as well.
Yeah, I would expect so.
Well, thanks for this. Great success for the hockey club, obviously, to this point in time. Let's see the team finish strong here after the Olympics and have a safe trip over to Sochi.
Thank you.
Jarmo Kekalainen, General Manager of the Columbus Blue Jackets. I'm Jeff Rimmer, and thanks for joining us here on Jackets TV, presented by Ohio Health.